trouble with Harry is she just can't say no.
It's knowing what's in your hand, but having no arm. It's dealing with dice as you know. Someone else should have been dealing. It's making a living on the lives you are stealing, and having control of the things you are, the things you are feeling. Would you come round for tea if I gave you your cue? Would you? Wouldn't it be so nice to feel something so real you wouldn't have to live at all? Wouldn't it be so nice to feel something so real you wouldn't have to live at all? Wouldn't it be so nice to feel something so real you wouldn't have to live at all? Wouldn't it be so nice to feel something so real you wouldn't have to live at all?
I've always been called Harry, and then I used to run the guest lists at some fetish clubs when I was a wee young girl, and I should have probably been at school, and the dirty just came later. The name of the album is The Trouble with Harry. The album is a story of how I got here, what makes me me, my deepest, darkest emotions that have come through all the shit that's gone on, and you know, and the good things too. It's quite positive, I think. I wrote the album with various people. John Klein from Susan the Banshees is who I first started writing with when I was 16. And then also my band, which I go on tour with, I wrote some tracks with them. I also worked with Mark Platty, who's David Bowie's guitarist. Youth, who produced the record from Killing Joke, I wrote a bunch of tracks with him. You know, I came to him and I was like, I love 9 Inch Nails, and no one in the UK, it was all in Britpop, and I was never into any of that shit. So I came to him and said, I want to make a record like this. And he went, thank God someone in England does too. I worked with John Cornfield, who did like Supergrass and some stuff with Muse. And I worked with this guy, John Shanks, in LA, who did like Stevie Nicks, because I'm like a huge Fleetwood Mac fan. We did a couple of tracks. Mark Frank, brilliant. He's like, hey Harry, what do you think? He's so cool, I love him. He's just like the most lovable person ever. So real, the chorus is, wouldn't it be so nice to feel something so real you wouldn't have to live it all? You know? Like attaining the ultimate gratification, whether it be religion, whether it be love, whether it be, you know, sex, drugs, anything, and you just give up on life after that. But
wouldn't it be so nice to feel something so real you wouldn't have to live at all?
it's quite European, the video, I think, but still it's got a lot of integrity. You don't think, wow, that's a throwaway pop number. When you put a woman in a suit, I think it does a special thing to the underlayers of a man's trouser. And I think we definitely explored all those possibilities in the video.
Allow me, I am your shelter. I'll be around.
Follow Me is about doing things that I shouldn't have been doing at 16. I was hanging out with a very naughty photographer for a very well-known music magazine when I should have been at school.
Allow me, I am your shelter. I'll be around.
I think Push It's a lot of fun. That's definitely the party song on the record.
Sometimes I think that I got everything I died for.
The lyrics really sum up my life. It's really autobiographical, like in, 3.5 minutes. I think that's the up one on the
I don't
record.
believe in plastic idols, they're all meaningless. I'm not afraid of all the boys and the budgets. I don't believe in all this benefactor culture.
I I just wrote with a cello, made a pattern, because I'm really into like Philip Glass and how he uses like 4 notes and just keeps on repeating them. It's like punk rock, it's like 3 chords. Don't like overcomplicate things. I think that's where most musicians go up their own arse and it turns to shit. And it's like, no, just make it simple, but just make it honest, you know, and emotive. I was about this poor ex-boyfriend of mine who I dumped mercilessly. I left and I didn't tell him I was leaving. And he came home and everything was gone. And I felt very sorry for him eventually, and then wrote a song for him. I'm quite happy about all the new stuff that's coming from New York and the Fisher Spooner stuff and the electronic stuff, because that's like punk, you know, it's just people who want to do it, who love music. Where's art, darling? L'amour and art and glamour. We want to bring it all back, you know? It's like pop art, Warhol. That they so had something there, you know? Damn things I don't want to hear, damn things. See, I think what happened when I was about 10, Nevermind came out, and I had the Immaculate Collection as well. And for some reason, the 2 albums just got lodged in my head, and I just went, but what happens if you mix them both together? And ta-da! I just thought, I want to hear like good pop music, which has got really great 80s synths in, but I also love those heavy guitars and gut-wrenching lyrics that just go, yes, that's me. I don't feel okay sometimes.
I break myself up for you, and I screw myself into you, and I taste the lies on my lips, and I fall into the abyss for you.
I seriously love music, that's why I do this. I'm seriously, totally enamored and infatuated with music more than I've ever been with a man.